Primetime local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
As we turn to local news now, Holy Rosary High School has a new extracurricular activity involving video games. Our Callan Dunlop tells us more.
Holy Rosary, with the use of their new Innovation Lab, have started competing in esports, which is playing video games competitively.
I think esports provides a nice opportunity for everybody, not just students, to build communication skills, to build teamwork skills, and to work on their collaboration, which is, I think, a vital skill in any domain, right? You need to know how to work with people, you need to know how to work with people effectively, and you need to know how to communicate.
The Innovation Lab is a new feature to Holy Rosary, with some students campaigning for a way to play over a year ago.
I went to the school about a year ago before we even had this place built, asking if we were gonna start up one because I had seen it online a lot, and they told me that in a year time or so that they were actually gonna build this place, and I asked if I could join and they said yeah.
The program aims to boost collaboration as well as improving individual skills.
I've learned to stay more patient with my own skill because when I started out, I wasn't the best at everything, but over time I've become really invested and really good at the video games that I play.
The esports industry has thousands of dollars worth of scholarships to give out, with the community of esports being bigger than just the ones playing the games.
You don't just have to be a gamer to get into the industry. They need, developers. They need broadcasters. They need people working on the back end to run these tournaments, right? There's people that are doing a lot of different things other than just playing video games.
The Holy Rosary Raiders now compete in their first ever playoffs, with cash rewards being a possibility. Callan Dunlop, Primetime, local news.
And now it's time for our weekly look into the archives with Retrospect. We start this week's edition of Retrospect in 1994 when a Rough Riders kicker made a trip to Maidstone.
There you go, sweetheart. You have a good day.
When it comes to the Rough Riders, one can say the Riders are Saskatchewan, and Saskatchewan is the Rough Riders. Thus, traveling across the province is a key for the club.
Let's face it, whenever you hear the politicians talk, they tend to miss out Manitoba and Saskatchewan. Alberta sneaks in because of the fact that they have so many natural resources and stuff. But really, Manitoba and Saskatchewan, agriculture-based, everything's, it's sort of down-home people, and the politicians aren't particularly attracted to that, unfortunately. So it's nice. It brings an entity to the province, and it would be a shame if this team were to ever be lost.
Ridgeway is entering its 14th year with the Rough Riders, and this coming season will be a rebuilding year following the departure of a number of key players such as Austin Fairholm and the latest being Gerald Bayless.
I really didn't want to go through a rebuilding program at this stage of my career, but I mean, those things happen. I can't fault any of the guys for making a move. A few people have said that there's no loyalty in professional sports anymore. Well, I mean, you've got to it's such a short career, you've got to get the money while you can, and the CFL isn't really known for throwing its dollars around, so I don't begrudge the guys making a move. I'm sorry to see them go.
As these small market teams like the Riders lose player after player, it leaves many, including Ridgeway himself, wondering about U.S. expansion.
Larry Smith has to make sure that we're playing on an even field, and what he has to do is ensure that those teams are sticking within that salary cap, because if they're not, you will soon find that the Blue Bombers and the Saskatchewan Roughriders will be out of the Canadian Football League, and that would be a shame.
Well, Ridgeway admits this season will be a tough one for the Rough Riders. He feels the game plan is to be Grey Cup bound in 2 years' time when Regina hosts Grey Cup 95.
The Riders did not rebound by the 95 season. They missed the playoffs. The Grey Cup was won by an American team for the first and only time. And now moving forward to 1998, a Lakeland area MP discusses Indigenous issues.
Nearly 50 people met in St. Paul Wednesday to discuss Aboriginal issues. Reform MP Leon Benoit has been traveling with the Lakeland Aboriginal Issues Task Force, gathering suggestions and opinions on problems facing his Aboriginal constituents.
Things have been getting worse over the last 30 years. They're headed in the wrong direction. So if you can get the accountability, I think you can at least start things back in the right direction.
Let's make them accountable for that too, because they are responsible for the band members. That includes the little kids that are going hungry on a reserve. And they're taking investments with our money and putting the profits in their pocket.
And it was the issue of accountability that dominated the day's discussion. Emotions ran high at times, and many of those in attendance were concerned that the money just wasn't reaching the reserves.
They don't tell us where that money goes. They don't tell us how they spend it. For all we know, they could be pocketing it. Eh?
We don't know half the time where our money is going. We know certain figures will be released. This money is coming in, and then we don't see the services we're supposed to be getting.
Wednesday's meeting was part of the final stage of what has become an extensive set of consultations undertaken by the task force this year. The information collected will now become part of a report that will be sent to the Minister of Indian Affairs. It's hoped the report will put some pressure on the department.
There is a total gross mismanagement on our reserve, lack of information from our leaders. They keep telling us that all information pertaining finances or any band businesses is confidential. But as band members, we figure we have the right to know exactly where every dollar is spent and where it's coming from.
The task force is hoping to have the final report ready by the end of this month. From there, it will be up to the Department of Indian Affairs as to what course of action they will take to promote health and prosperity for all Aboriginal Canadians.
And that's it for this week's edition of Retrospect. And now it's time for us to check in with Shelby Clark to see how nice our weather is going to be in the next couple of days.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jace Mackey. Yes, we are already starting off this week quite beautiful, as we are now seeing some more spring kind of temperatures, kind of conditions, which is very nice to see. We are just sitting at 8 degrees. I almost said minus. Wow. I have to get out of that headspace. Yeah, I have to get out of that headspace. We are in that plus temperature, 8 degrees right now here in the border city with a mixture of some sun and cloud. And with that wind chill, we're not really seeing any strong winds. It is just feeling around 6 degrees, but I would say we are still looking quite warm, and seeing that sun peeking behind those clouds throughout the day definitely helped warm things up. So hopefully everybody is enjoying their Monday, because we are seeing quite a beautiful day. Switching over to temperatures across the region for Alberta and Saskatchewan, we now are seeing those temperatures, those double-digit temperatures for our plus temperatures on the Alberta side for sure. 10 degrees in most spots, as we are seeing from Marwayne, Bonnyville, and down in Provost, and we even have some that are just hitting that 12-degree mark. Vermilion, Vegreville, and over at Edmonton, and then we have some that are still seeing those single digits like us here in the border city with St. Paul and Wainwright, but not looking too bad whatsoever. We are starting off very nice for this new week. Going over to our Saskatchewan side, they are seeing those double digits in some spots as well, as no spots are seeing those minuses, of course. 10 degrees up in Pearson, while it's 11 up in Isle La Crosse. Then we have that 10-degree mark down in Macklin, and the rest are seeing those single digits between 7 and 9 degrees, but we are seeing some nice conditions on our Saskatchewan side. North Battleford, they are just sitting at that 7-degree mark. They will be going down to low of just that 0 mark for their evening low. So hopefully we will start seeing some beautiful evening low temperatures now for this new week. They will be seeing a high chance, although, of some precipitation, a shower in places this evening. So just be prepared. You will be getting some rainfall. North Battleford for tomorrow for their Tuesday, 8 degrees. So looking at that nice plus temperature, single digit, but be aware they will be expecting a high chance of those flurries starting off in the morning. So another switch up indeed, kind of bittersweet, seeing a nice plus temperature, although the condition-wise won't be as nice. Cold Lake will be going down to an evening low of -1 for their evening low temperatures, so they will be cooling down quite a bit, but -1 not too bad, as we are kind of used to those double digits from last week. And then for their Tuesday, Cold Lake will be looking at that 5-degree mark for their plus temperature for their daytime high tomorrow, although they will be seeing a little mixture of some snow and rain for those conditions as well, so that will be kind of rough right off in the morning. For us here in the Border City, we will be expecting that 0 mark for our evening low, but be prepared. We will be getting some occasional rain expected tonight, so a light drizzle we will be expecting for tonight. Then we have that 3-degree mark for our Tuesday for our daytime high tomorrow, although be prepared. We also will be seeing some showers throughout the day and a mixture of some snow and rain. So just be prepared for that for tomorrow, although we will be seeing a nice temperature, so no worries. Ending off the look at your 3-day forecast, we will be looking at that tomorrow for our Tuesday, but don't worry because we will be picking it back up for Wednesday as we see that 6-degree mark with a lot more sun, and that will continue into our Thursday. And that's all I have for now for a first look at your weather forecast.
All right, thank you for that, Shelby. After the break, we'll have a look at the day's business headlines. The federal carbon tax increase has farmers worrying about increase in fuel costs to run their operations. Here's Thomas Wildman with more.
Today we have Bill Pribolski, one of the vice presidents of the Agriculture Producers Association of Saskatchewan, and he is here today to react to the increase in federal carbon tax. And so thank you so much for being with us today, Bill.
Very welcome.
All right, Bill, so how will the federal carbon tax increase affect producers in Saskatchewan?
Well, certainly it's having a negative effect on producers' bottom line, particularly in areas of the province where we've had to dry quite a bit of grains. Our only options for drying grain are natural gas or propane, and this increased carbon tax on the natural gas and propane will only mean more money spent, and for producers it means just more expenses and nothing to offset that expense with.
And so, Bill, the federal carbon tax does have some exemptions for farmers. What are those exemptions currently for them, and what gas is not exempt currently for farmers that they do need to be able to survive?
Yeah, certainly there has been some exemptions for things such as diesel fuel used on farms. That has been exempted. And, obviously we're grateful for that, but there's, still any commercial truckers are paying the carbon tax, and that extra cost is getting passed on to producers. The railroads, for example, are a huge cost to get our grains into export position, and any of that carbon tax on the fuel that the railroads use gets passed on down the line till it ends up the farmers in the end paying that carbon tax on all of those expenses. So while there are exemptions, there's still a definite need for further exemptions to allow producers in this province to be competitive.
And finally, Bill, what has APAS been doing at the federal level to try and lobby the government in order to get a few more exemptions for farmers, or what exactly have they been working on to try and help out producers here in Saskatchewan?
Well, certainly we've been pushing for a while for the carbon tax, for exemptions on the carbon tax on natural gas and propane used for drying grain and heating barns. Currently, Bill C-234, which just recently passed through the House of Commons and is headed for the Senate, and we have been actively advocating on behalf of producers to have that bill expedited through the Senate so that it can be receive royal assent and start applying and start giving producers that break that they need on the carbon tax.
Thank you so much for all the information, Bill, and have yourself a wonderful day.
Thank you very much.
So I'm here with Terry Hauser on behalf of the Harvest Collective Market coming up. So Terry, can you tell us just a little bit more about what this market will actually be?
Yeah, so this is our 5th show in Lloydminster. We bring together 40 prairie-based makers, crafters, artists in one room, and it's just a big fun day full of handmade vendors that you can come and check out and shop with and support local.
And could you possibly tell us where and when the Harvest Market will actually be taking place?
Yes, so it's going to be held Saturday, May 13th from 10 till 4 at Nissan Hall, which is the old Wild Rose Pavilion at the Lloyd X.
And will there be any sort of admission costs into the Harvest Collective Market?
We don't charge admission. We want to keep it as accessible for everyone as we can. So it's free to attend. Our vendors always select a local organization to collect donations for at the door. So we're still in the process of figuring out which organization that will be, but we'll be announcing that more on our social media and our website as well once we know for sure.
And could you give us possibly a few examples of some of the vendors that will actually be at this event?
For sure. We've honestly got everything from kids' clothing to jewelry and accessories, home decor stuff. So it's a really good mix. A lot of the vendors are local from Lloydminster here. Some are coming from Edmonton and Saskatoon as well. So yeah, there's kind of something for everyone. There's food, there's drinks. We've got a cash bar. You can grab a drink and sip and shop. So it's really a fun day.
And will there be anything else at this event, possibly besides vendors, something that people can go to become entertained?
We have a really good playlist that our vendors put together. So it's just kind of a fun playlist. I always ask everyone for their suggestions for their favorite songs. So it's a good eclectic list of music for everybody. There's a couple other things. We're planning some door prizes, and there's always a big giveaway with our vendors as well. So those things are all still in the works at the moment. But since it's Mother's Day weekend, we thought we'd try and do some things to treat some moms. So we will have some extra little goodies at this market for sure.
And is there anything else that you would like to bring up that I plausibly just haven't brought up in our conversation so far, Terry?
No, if you want more information, you can check out our website. It's harvestcollectivemarket.com. We're on Facebook and Instagram as well, so there's more details there. But yeah, more information will come out as we've confirmed our vendor lineup and everything. So we'll be announcing all our vendors soon. And yeah, I hope everyone can come join us. It's always a really fun day.
And thank you for coming to speak with us today, Terry. It's been wonderful having you on.
Awesome. Thank you.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery and Furniture House, downtown Lloydminster.
Joining us today for Primetime Local News is Jaden Hippie with the Lloydminster Pet Pad. Thank you so much for giving us your time today, Jaden, to be able to speak on this.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, because we are speaking on National Pet Day, and that's going to be happening tomorrow. So for all the pet owners and pet lovers out there, of course, they probably know about this National Day. But just starting off, what is this day all about for, Pet Pad especially?
We really like honestly, seeing all the animals come in. They put a smile on our face. We like doing these deals for our community because, prices have risen. And so it gives an opportunity to be like, oh, they want to try a new treat or get this dog bed. Then we run those deals in our store.
And what would you say that the importance of this day is all about? Just for people out there that are kind of wondering why there's a National Pet Day. What would you say in your opinion?
I honestly think it's just representing the pets. They bring joy to your life. They're like your kids. Once your kids graduate, you have your dogs longer than your kids at home. So
No, completely understandable. And, we were already talking a little bit about what the store is wanting to do for this. So could you expand a bit more on what the store is offering to celebrate this day for tomorrow?
So we got lots of deals going in at the store. Our dog and cat beds are on sale. Treats, bones, collars, leashes, there's supplements, all the toys. There's some fish deals, reptile deals, small animal deals. So there's deals in every department in our store going on.
And from your experience at Pet Pad, for how many years you have been there for previous years for National Pet Days and offering some of these services, how has that response been in the past?
It's good. We like seeing the community get together and stuff like that. Our latest event was our Customer Appreciation Day, and it went fabulous. We've seen some people we've never seen before. They didn't know we had a pet store. So it's really good kind of getting our community together.
Yeah, and so far, since, posting about it online, have you been seeing a good response and good support so far and kind of expecting to see that strong support for tomorrow?
Yeah, I think like it's probably like 80% support, so it's good.
Is there anything else you want to add on for National Pet Day of what PetPat is really offering and just kind of any services that you want to let the public know about?
I would, if you have any pets, just come down to our store and check out. We do have Nail Tuesday tomorrow, so it's perfect if you need your dog's nails done. It's $7, which is really good. So yeah.
Yeah, and I guess other than National Pet Day, that's another thing I'd like to ask. Is there anything else that's coming up for the Pet Pad that you want to let people know about, just for any services or deals for people to know about for their pets?
We run deals every day of the week. So or not every day, Tuesday to Saturday, we run deals. I guess we just started an online pet store. So if you're not from Lloyd, we can always ship out. We have an online web store. So the link is on our Facebook and stuff like that. You can order and we can ship to you.
All right, perfect. Well, once again, thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having us.
Ending off with another quick look at your 7-day forecast. We will be looking at that 3 degrees tomorrow, so expecting another plus temperature, although just be prepared for a bit of snow and rain. Will be pretty light, so it should be melting down as we get into Wednesday and Thursday, because we will be warming up to 6 degrees both days and seeing a mixture of some sun and cloud. That will continue into our Friday as we head into the weekend. We will be looking at some more showers on Friday at that 7-degree mark, which will be nice. Will kind of help melt things down. Then we'll be looking at those double digits finally Saturday and Sunday with a lot more sun. Make sure to get out there and enjoy this nice weather as we head more into the spring season, and those double digits will even continue into next week. All right, thanks for that, Shelby. And on the bright side, we need that rain kind of to come in, clear out that dust, and really freshen things up. So let's not complain about it. That's our show, though, on this Monday night. Thank you all so much for joining us, and we'll be back here again tomorrow.